And I felt scared for that person. I've seen so many videos of people who, like videos taken like an hour before the massacre, people were dancing, they were celebrating, they were singing the national anthem, and their government still chose to come in and go rat-a-tat-tat on them for what? And still people are just quiet about it. I'm just like, guys. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So I'm here with another video. I know I was supposed to post yesterday, but I was kind of not in the mood, mostly because like I'm not feeling so great, and also I'm just kind of like upset with like the global climate of things these days, because you would have thought like after the whole George Floyd situation, people would have like kind of learned their lessons. Like, we're not trying to like break down like the whole police system, we're not trying to like rip apart and fall into like a state of anarchy. We're just trying to say, guys, just respect the people you're supposed to be there to protect, and you're not doing that. And the thing that actually has me a bit messed up is that so with the whole George Floyd situation, like a lot of like issues with police brutality came about, and just race in general. So like, oh, it's them against us. And in case none of y'all noticed, I'm black. So it kind of struck home a bit. Like, I remember like even with the George Floyd situation, like I never even watched the video. Like, it took me a really long time to even look at pictures or snippets, because I had an idea and I had a feeling that it was going to be gruesome, it's going to be intense. So I just refused to watch the video of him being murdered and someone kneeling on his neck for 8 minutes. And then lately I realized like something similar is happening in Nigeria, where police who are there, like they have like the SARS, a little section of like the police force, which are designed to be there to protect people against like armed robbery, and they're just there to protect the people, but instead they're the ones who are they're causing the most harm to the people. And that's kind of like messed up, because again, I'm African, I'm from Sierra Leone, and Sierra Leone is in West Africa like Nigeria, and I used to be in Sierra Leone, I lived in Sierra Leone for a while, and I kind of understand like police and like the politicians are very corrupt. Fair enough, I'm aware of that, it's nothing new, and it's sad how I'm very desensitized to that, because when you think of like police officers, you think, bro, they're not supposed to be corrupt. When you think of politicians, bro, they're supposed to be there for the people, but they're not. They're the ones who are causing the most harm to the people, to the public, and it's also kind of messed up as well, because you vote people in, and regardless of who you vote for, they're still only there to protect themselves and help themselves and their friends get rich and richer, and that should not be the case, but it is what we as a continent, and I say it with like a very heavy heart, because like we as a continent are supposed to be there to, you know, help each other and build ourselves up, mostly because with slavery, with like colonization, like we've had imperialists come into our country pretty much just like rape and just like take advantage and rob us of our natural resources. Like, fun fact, Africa is one of the richest continents on the planet. We've got oil, diamond, gold, raw materials such as rubber, and recently it's been coming out like, you know, even the Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, is going through like their own issues with like people from the West coming in and just like raping them for like raw materials to build like smartphones and stuff like that, which is kind of sad. But it kind of got me thinking, which was why I kept really quiet, because like personally I don't see myself as an activist, because I feel like, yes, there are injustices in the world, but before I used to think like, is there a point for me to speak up? Like, I'm sure people already know this, and But with the George Floyd situation, I kind of like, it angered me because, you know, he was a black man who was murdered by the people who were sworn to protect him. So me as a black woman in the diaspora, so i.e. the UK, not my country, we have police officers who are there to protect us, but they're still the ones doing the most harm. And everyone made it like a massive race issue, like, so, you know, them against us against them kind of thing. The police are here killing us, blah blah blah. And it hurt, like it really hurt. So I'm just here thinking, the police are doing this in their own country. Everyone's saying go back home to your country if you don't like it. If you don't like things the way they are, go back to your country. But it's kind of sad when you think, if you go back to your country, stuff like this is happening in your country. So it's not a matter of us against them anymore. It's us within us. And this was one of the things that I found really hypocritical, even with the whole George Floyd situation. Like, everyone were quick to be angered, quick to get on the Black Lives Matter kind of trend. Like, you know, we stand in solidarity with black people, blah, 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 blah. Black Lives Matter, and they're doing this against us. But then I realized, like, I was never really like a big advocate for Black Lives Matter. Like, I only jumped in the bandwagon because I felt like it was a means to an end to get our voices heard. But people kind of like rivaled that ideology with the whole All Lives Matter movement. So, you know, it's not just Black Lives Matter movement. Black Lives Matter, everyone's life matters. And I was like, no shit, Sherlock. I'm not saying ban everyone else and only care about black people. We're saying, like, you know, everyone matters, but right now Black Lives Matter. And with the whole situation in Nigeria and in a lot of countries in Africa, believe it or not, I feel like Black lives don't matter, and it never did. The only reason why people jumped on the whole Black Lives Matter movement was because it came to their doorstep in the UK, in the US. Like, everyone, like, it was hard to ignore, because if it's happening in a distant continent in Africa, it's easy to, like, you know, bury your head in the sand and completely forget about it. Or I just remember this fact while I was editing, but yeah, so some of my friends have been posting like pictures of like a bloody flag from like the aftermaths of like the whole NSAS campaign and like the Lekki massacre, and there was like pictures of bloody flags, people showing the aftermath of like all of this that's happening, right? And for some reason, Instagram have decided to take down many posts. Like, I've seen it on like 3 other friends' like posts, right? Instagram took it down saying it was incorrect facts and they were spreading false information, so they had to take it down. Why are you trying to silence them? I've seen people post so many messed up BS lately, but no one's silencing them. So why is it that they're being silenced for that? But got me thinking, like, where are all these Black Lives Matter champions and all these All Lives Matter champions? Because I get it. Like, let's be hypothetical for a second. Like, let me just like play devil's advocate and think, like, you know, okay, let's say All Lives Matter, right? So what are you thinking? What are you saying about, like, you know, black people being murdered by black people, Nigerians being murdered by other Nigerians, like the police officers? Well, if they followed the rules, if they did this. And again, it got me thinking, because again, like, I haven't been to Sierra Leone since 2012. I haven't stepped foot in Africa since 2012, and it's a long time. Don't get me wrong, it's been like 8 years now since I've been to the motherland, and I know things have changed, but stuff like wealth now, I know like Africa is gaining resources, it's gaining wealth. People are becoming more wealthier nowadays. It's easier to come across like people with like iPhones and smartphones and technology compared to, like, let's say 10 years ago. So like, imagine you're minding your business, walking in the streets, you've got an iPhone. It doesn't have to be an iPhone whatever 12 or whatever number they are. You just have to be on an iPhone, like maybe let's say 6. Police will stop you. Let me see your phone. Where'd you get it? And they'll take your phone and leave. So you get robbed broad daylight by the police. Let that sink in. And then there have been people who are murdered in the streets. I'm not going to add any pictures here because I know it's very triggering for a lot of people, including myself, so I won't even bother to like add it. You have people who are being shot in the streets by police officers, people who are sworn to protect them. rob them, and drive away. Won't even stop and say, you know what? Yeah, I kind of shot this guy, but let me call the ambulance and see if he gets help. It just like, just leave. And it's really messy. It's really messed up to even think about that. Like, it just, my heart hurts when I think about that, because that could be me. That could be my friends, my family, my loved ones. Like, I have quite a few Nigerian friends, so I'm not even saying this because I'm just like a white savior or whatever. Like, I'm saying this like I'm trying to like put myself in the shoes. And the thing that's got to me really angry is the same people who are screaming Black Lives Matter, a lot of them are quiet. So is it Black Lives Matter in America, or is it all Black Lives Matter? Is it all lives matter only in the West, so like America and the UK, or is it all lives matter all around the world? Because there's a lot of injustices going on around the world and no one's speaking up for it, and it bugs me. The president of Nigeria, Buhari, said like, oh, we're gonna disband the SARS movement, and he's saying he's gonna do it, and even though he did it, he kind of just set up like a new SWAT movement, who are the same people doing the same fuckery. And yesterday's Lekki massacre kind of like boiled me to my core, and it kind of put me off, which is one of the reasons why I just couldn't be bothered to like do anything yesterday. And plus, again, like I said, I wasn't feeling so well, so you have people protesting. So think of this, put this in your shoes. So like, you know, not too long ago, a few months ago, we had people taken to the streets of London, Florida, America, Germany, like all over the world. People go around protesting Black Lives Matter, no justice, no peace for crooked police. But why is it that this no justice, no peace is only acceptable in the West? Why is it not in Africa? Why is it not in Nigeria? Where was that outrage that we got for George Floyd? For many people being killed in the streets. Imagine, they're singing, they're holding hands, they're not doing anything wrong, no weapons, no nothing. They will come up with hoses and hose people down, start shooting upon protesters, and it wasn't necessary. And the thing that got me messed up though is because it was planned, it was organized. They shut down the barricades, they turned off all the electricity and the power, and they even prevented ambulances from coming into the site to with like to just like recover and retrieve like casualties. So I'm just thinking like, what's going on? Like, honestly, what's going on? Where was that same energy for George Floyd in Nigeria? And that's kind of what got me fucked up a bit. So, like, I don't even understand anymore. And the thing that even triggered me to this day, like, I can still see it with my eyes closed, that there was a guy, his guts, his intestines were hanging out of his body. Like, you can see his guts out of his body, guys. And still, no one came to rescue this man. This guy was like moving around in pure fear and panic. Like, if you see your kidneys and your liver on the floor, you're not gonna be lying down thinking, oh, I wonder what I'm having for lunch. You're gonna be panicked. You're gonna be scared. And I felt scared for that person. I've seen so many videos of people who, like, videos taken like an hour before the massacre, people were dancing, they were celebrating, they were singing the national anthem, and their government still chose to come in and go rat-a-tat-tat on them for what? And still people are just quiet about it. I'm just like, guys, what's going on? I am so mortified, and it's just stressful because like everyone's out here saying, oh, even though I'm not black, blah blah blah, I still stand by the black people. Even though I'm not this, what about even though I'm not African, I still stand by the Africans. I'm not Nigerian, but I still stand by the Nigerians. Like, yo, I'm feeling chills right now, and I'm just like so frustrated to think about this. And people need to know, like, this is what's going on in 2020. And it's just sad, guys. It's just sad. And what got me fucked up as well, you got a lot of people like, oh, I like Afrobeats. I like black people. I like this, I like that. But do you like standing up for our rights? That's what I want to know. So yeah, it's just kind of messed up though, and it's just stressful because like all those people who were screaming and parading Black Lives Matter, where are they now? Hmm? That's all I want to know. Like, where are they? They're nowhere to be found. So, you know, it's kind of messy, but yeah, that's all I gotta say. Sorry, this video isn't like all shits and giggles. I'm gonna try and post another one. Like, I did like record another video, but the quality was really bad, so I might have to refilm that one anyway. And I'm gonna cut down on how often I'm going to post as well, because yeah, it's a lot of effort. But yeah, so anyway, guys, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to all your friends. And I will try to put links down at in the bio and description below to just like educate people more about the whole situation. Like, this video is unscripted. Well, then again, all my videos are unscripted, but like you can tell that I'm just basically just like regurgitating everything just going in my head, and I still am struggling to fathom the situation at hand. But yeah, next video is going to be more positive and upbeat, and I'll make sure to see you guys again next time. Okay, bye. And that is the wrap.